All right, guys, so let's get started. My name's Jared, President's Team member with Herbalife International, and we're going to be running through some basics training. We're here at Albury Lifestyle Centre. We just smashed a big workout, hence the singlet when it's cold, and we're just getting a photo. Oh, no, not yet. And it's going to be an absolutely epic training tonight. We're going to be covering the basics of how Herbalife built itself from one dude in LA to $7.1 billion $7.1 billion company in 95 countries around the world, impacting millions of lives with a healthy, active lifestyle. So we're going to be going through that, and then we're going to have a what we're going to be called like a DMO focus. DMO stands for Daily Method of Operation. So it's just a way you can do your business. It's not the way. It's just a way. So if you want to implement it, it's pretty popular around what we do in Health Scan. So I'm going to be covering how to do that. Just over 10 minutes, just to give you guys, I guess, an overview of that. And then we're going to close up and move in the royalty workshop for the people who qualified. What that is, guys, if you don't know, if you do 1,000 volume points in one Herbalife calendar month or go supervisor, you get access to our leadership training. And that's designed to put you from where you are right now to where you have to be on the marketing plan, depending on your goals. So let's rip into it. We're going to be talking about a concept that's built Herbalife all around the world. We're just going to keep drumming this in because this is so important. All these aspects, if we do them well, and we can train them well, for you guys who are a bit more experienced on the call, then you're going to experience some success. So firstly, we're going to be talking about use, wear, talk. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the use, and this is like a super important thing, especially if you're a new member in the business. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's like, especially when you're just getting started, I'm going to tell you why that as well. So when you first get started in the business, you have one chance to get your first result. It doesn't happen again. You got one chance to be able to say, for me, I lost 15 kilos in my first 3 months. For you, it might be you put on 5 kilos of muscle in your first month or something. I don't know what it is, but you've got one chance to get that result. And your body in our business is literally like the best tool you can use for your marketing. All businesses market somehow. All you have to do is look after yourself and smash the product. Get some exercise in every day. Work on your mindset as well, of course, because that's the glue that sticks it all together. But if you're exercising consistently throughout the week, smashing your nutrition program as your sponsor / coach suggests, and eating healthy around that as well, and just cutting back on you can still be a little bit naughty, guys. You don't have to be a nun with this stuff, but just cut back, okay? Just cut back just for a period of time, and just let the products do their thing in your body. What we have as a product partner is a company that has the best doctors in the world. We've got 30 plus PhDs with science degrees, 300 plus scientists on top of that. So we've got the doctors and the scientists that put the programs together. This isn't just some type of marketing thing, so they whack all these products together so we can sell them like some other things out there. This is like the real deal. There's a reason why the in a highly competitive market, which is the meal replacement industry, there's a reason why the Herbalife meal replacement shake, the Formula One, is light years in front of the competition in regards to sales around the world. It's like holds nearly a third of the market, and to put that into perspective, the next competitor holds about 6%. So it's like we own a third, and then the rest are fighting over the dribs and the drabs. So that's pretty crazy, guys, considering it's such a large market internationally. That's internationally. So it's crazy stuff. It's because the nutrition programs are powerful, and if you use them as directed, you will get amazing results. Everyone does. It's one of those things, though. If you don't eat it, it will not work. So make sure you're getting it in. Make sure you're listening to your coach. And so the first tip from me, and just a little bit on me, just really quickly, I'm in the top 1% of the company. I've been in the business for 6 years. been able to achieve that after 5 years. So we've done it, like we've done it before. We've duplicated people in the top 1% of the company as well. So we know what we're doing, and this is what we did when we started. Okay, so we smashed the product. So we used them massively to get that result. So we felt the difference, and so we felt passionate about the products. And when you feel passionate about the products, you don't have to sell it. You just tell people what's happening to you, and it won't even matter what you say because you feel so good. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay, and they'll be able to hear the passion in your voice, and they'll just say, you know, what happened to me is I made $700 in my first 10 days just from that. They're like, oh my God, you've got some energy. And I'm like, oh, I feel fantastic. And they're like, how can we get some? You know, and I was like, here, give me some money. And that's what happened. That was literally the process. So use the products obviously as well, guys. So if you guys are at work, like people say, I'm too busy to do this business. Being busy is a blessing in Herbalife. It means you're around people. Generally, when you're busy, you're not busy doing nothing, right? You're busy doing things which usually involves other people. So use your products, obviously. Grab yourselves a drink bottle and fill it up full of tea, which looks like muddy water or beer or spirits or whatever you drink, I don't know, or whatever it is in there. And people will ask the question, yeah, especially if you're in the workplace and you've got that on your desk or that on your wherever it is you work, behind the, you know, in your little staff nook or whatever it is, people are going to ask what it is, and then you're just going to have a chance to insert your testimonial on that product. And the reason why we smash as much products as we can, guys, as well, is it gives you more testimonials to be able to tell both individually, but then as a whole for you as well, if that makes sense, right? So you can say, this is why I love this product. People don't care what's in it, guys. They just want to know if it works. That's it. Like people aren't going to, not too many people are going to read the back and say, oh, it's got this thing and whatever. And if they do, just remember the facts that 300 plus scientists and 30 plus PhDs, including Dr. David Heber, who's been voted the best nutrition doctor on the planet, like literally 7 out of the last 10 years, Nobel laureate Louis Ignarro, these are the guys that actually put the products together. So it doesn't matter what someone thinks about the label. You know, it matters what happens when you put it in your mouth for a consistent period of time and what happens to your body, right? So you'll be able to share those testimonials as well by using the products massively. You'll get those leads by using it, obviously. But then as well, guys, just as a little tip from me as well, shop from your own shop. Like, for example, for me, at my house, we don't go out and buy like soap to fill up the pumpers. We use the Herbalife soap and fill up the hand pumper things, right? Because we want to shop from our own shop, because what I know is, especially if you're new in the business or even if you're not, like volume points are volume points, and volume points are basically Herbalife currency of how we get promoted through the marketing plan and how we get paid. So if you're spending that money on another company, another similar product that could be going through your own business, it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like you needing your car serviced and you own a mechanic and you taking it to Toyota. Like, it doesn't make sense, guys, at all. So shop from your own shop where you can, and invest that money into your business. And what that's going to do is, worst case scenario, give you another testimonial that you can talk about, okay? Because we're in the business of testimonials, and testimonials are our best asset, and your story in Herbalife is your superpower. Okay, so it's really, 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 really important that you guys nail that as well. So that's the use component. I'm just trying to fly through this, guys. We can open up on this, and what we highly suggest you do, I'll skip to events. So events is like my fourth favorite tip, but I'm doing it second now because it just kind of worked. If you guys want to know more about this stuff in the business, you know, Rob Walsh, who's one of my mentors in the business, said, Jared, if you could go to 12 days of training a year and become a millionaire, would you do it? And I said, well, yeah, of course. Like, everyone's going to say yes to that, right? Would you say yes to that, Natasha?
Yes.
So so I said, yeah, of course. He goes, there's one a month and it's called a BTS or an SDS. And I was like, okay, I'm there. And I've never missed one since. Because what happens is you condense your time. You learn from people who are doing better than you, which is always a good thing in business. People are so willing to share in this company. It's unbelievable. But what you can do as well, if you're into multiplying your impact, which will multiply your check, is you can put your team in that same environment where they're learning from people and growing at your same rate, or hopefully what happens is they grow to a point where they're amazing Herbalife members and they're completely independent to you, which means you're going to make infinite royalty because they're going to do their things and work towards your goals. And the way the marketing plan works is you'll get paid on every order that ever goes through the warehouse in their business for the rest of their life. So that's why we always put people in the events, and that's why you go to the event so you can learn and grow and become the best, master your craft. They say mastery is a 10,000 hour effort. So you can do that over 100 years, or you can do it over 4 or 5 from a Herbalife perspective. So make sure that we're doing that, guys, and really locking into those events, because that's where we'll learn a lot more of this. This is just a quick webinar to how I would basically restart again, and then we're going to talk a bit about health scans, okay? So the second one is wearing the brand, guys. The reason why we do that is it's like PR, so it's like public relations. Similar to the reason why we do free workouts, it's exposure. And I can guarantee you the reason why, if you've been in the business for a while or brand new and you're like, I don't have any clients, the reason why is people don't actually know what you do. Or they do, but they might know just a little bit and be misinformed. So you need to be a proud Herbalife member and wear your result well, and be branded where you can. We do so many promos amongst the team where people can get free stuff that it's not hard to do. Just talk to some people and you'll get some free stuff so you can wear the brand. I've literally got new clients by wearing a hat. Like, that's the power of the business, because the brand's really recognizable now. So wearing the brand and just getting that out there amongst your friends, and it's a really easy icebreaker as well. It's just telling people what you're doing. Essentially, like, if everyone in your phone book, every one of your Facebook friends right now, every one of your Insta followers right now knew exactly what you're doing and how you could help them, you'd be making a lot of money. Okay, so you just need to shorten that process for people by being branded. So that's the wear component, and then, guys, we've got to talk to people. If you can talk to 10 people a day for 3 to 5 years, you'll be in the top 1% of Herbalife Nutrition, which in Australia is about 45 grand a month plus a month, which is a lot of money, right? But if you can do 5, then, and depending on how many new people you can talk to every single day. And when we say talk, we don't mean we're talking about the weather. We mean we're inviting them into whatever thing that we enjoy about the business. So that might be fit clubs, that might be health scans, that might be your business launch that you decide to do. That might be one of our quick start programs, which is like a client day. That might be like the open house or at the BTS. That might be like to check out the new website that we have, empireofnutrition.com, and put people on the videos in that so they can check it out. And then it literally should be, let's get started, and they should be saying okay. Whatever that is for you, work out that process and just start inviting into that. And the more people that you can invite in this type of business, success loves speed. So the more people you can do it, and what I always got drummed into me at the start is I never had to recover from a quick start in Herbalife. You can get momentum and keep it for forever from getting off to a quick start. And talking to a whole bunch of people really, really quickly in a condensed period of time. But what I mean is get back to your sponsor and get some type of plan around inviting people, because it's super, 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 super important. And speaking of invites, one of the demos I use. One of the demos I use for growing my client base in particular is health scans or bioscans or wellness evaluations or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to go through some tips now on how to do that. I'm just going to bring that up on the screen so you can actually see the form. Just bear with me, guys. I just thought to do this just then. I'm good like that. And adjust on the sly. All right. So these guys want to have a look too, so I'm going to move this back like this. And I'm going to go share screen and try to figure this boy out. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you can see that. Cool. See it, Timmy? You good? Okay. So what we're going to go through, guys, is how to do this. And this file, I just got this off Herba Family. So everyone has access to this. If you have a printer, if you don't, Officeworks is just up the road. Library print stuff. Like, you guys can figure out how to get these printed off. The club can print them off as well if you can work out how to use the printer. So it's just under, I think it's under health scan form. I can't quite see because the Zoom thing's there. But something like that. So I'm going to run through the principles of what we actually do in each box because it's important. And then you guys can actually form your own words on how to do this. But I ask these questions, guys. It's like a wellness survey. It's not you giving them a sheet of paper and them filling it out. Okay, so you want their name. We're going to just run through this real quick, and you can get back to your coach if you want to use this. And there's actually a video on this whole process in Herba Family as well on how to do it really quickly. But I just like rehashing things, right? So get their name, and you hang on to this too, by the way, just in case the scales, something happens with the scales, okay? And they delete the ID, which we've had happen before. So get their name, get their phone number, get their age, but I always get their date of birth, not 33 or something, because you need it to insert it into the Tanita scales. Also get their height in centimeters as well. Most people won't know it, but you'll be able to figure it out. Get their profession as well, because in the back of my mind, I want to know if they're working, what they do for work, if they're shift workers and that type of thing, because it's going to change what type of programs a little bit and how you actually tell people about the benefits and the facts later on. And then Facebook, only reason is I want to put them in my results group straight away. So that's Empire Squad Results. If you're not in there, jump in there. And there's heaps of good stuff that goes through that every single week. So that kind of is self-done for you. But if you guys ever find anything cool, you can put it in there as well, you know, to increase the value in the page. It's no problem. And the other thing I want to do from a coach perspective is if they're a cold market lead, I want to add them on Facebook so I can follow them up, because it's a really easy way to kind of follow people up doing voice messages and stuff on Facebook. So so do that. That only takes like 2 seconds. Keep in mind, guys, you're looking at this and you're probably thinking the actual numbers that they get is the most important thing, and it's not. The questions are like, you can do the questions and hook someone up with a program and be able to sort them out, no problem. It's not the numbers. The numbers don't matter really. It's good just for encouragement later on. It's good to show people where they're starting, but it's not, you know, it's not the most important thing here. So it's just good to gauge their results, you know? So what you want to be doing here is, first question, do you eat 3 meals? I want to know if they're eating 3 meals a day, and I want to know in particular what they're having for breakfast. Because 9 times out of 10, it'll be loaded full of carbs or nothing. So, and what I know, on the old sheets, we actually used to have this graph. If it's loaded full of carbs, it just sends their insulin on a roller coaster throughout the day. That's why people get so tired in the afternoon and that type of stuff, because their insulin and their energy levels are going to be on a roller coaster. And if they don't eat, you know, that's why they're probably overweight, because their metabolism doesn't start for so long every single day that it's not burning, it's not burning fat. So, and then if they say, I don't eat breakfast, I'd say, why? They say, oh, I don't like eating. I'm thinking, okay, cool, but you can drink it, right? So I want to know that, but I also want to get a gauge of lunch and dinner and what they roughly eat, that type of thing as well. So you can maybe coach them a bit around that later on if they decide they want to take a part of it. I want to know what they're snacking on, but more importantly, I want to know their snack expense, including drinks. So, for example, and if they smoke, include that in there as well. I want to know if they're buying soft drinks. I want to know if they're spending money out. I want to know if they're buying crap when they're out and about. Because when you actually boil that money back, people might say they don't have the money, but they're spending $15 a day on shit anyway that they won't need if they're on a nutrition program. So then you times that by 30 if it's $15, and it'll be $450 that they can actually sub out without actually spending any extra money, which is cool. Do you have moments of fatigue? The reason why I want to ask that is because we have so many good answers for energy, including just good nutrition, that you can just add it into your pitch later if it's required. Do you drink water? Majority of people won't. They'll be drinking less than a litre a day. I want to know that because I want to be able to make them hydrated. As a rule of thumb, you want to be drinking a litre for every 25 kilos that you weigh, just so you guys know. But this question is the most important. Are you satisfied with your weight and your health? You know, what are your goals? That question means, what are you trying to do right now? Because that's when we know that we can help them with our nutrition programs, right? I want to know if they exercise regularly, and that's when I'll point them in the direction of our fit clubs as well. I want to know what their digestive system's doing as well. So that's the are you regular bit. And I want to know if they have any allergies so we don't kill them. Basically, no deaths at ALC anyway. Don't know what they do down at WLC. So that's the key guys. Then we go do the scans, write the numbers in, explain where their ranges are. It will all be on the scales that we have anyway. But if you have another set, you've got the little pretty graphs there that you can put the numbers in, and it'll tell you exactly. You can literally read this bit word for word to them and explain it. And it makes sense. So that's how I literally learned what all this stuff meant, just by reading that sheet. And then sit back down, guys. Just keep in mind this whole time that you've made them a tea, because generally what will happen is people will be walking away buzzing. And I've had a text so many times saying, whoa, what was that tea? And it's not a choice. It's a, hey, do you want original cinnamon or peach? It's not a, do you want a tea? Because then there's a yes, no. It's a yes question, okay? Because you want them sampling the products. It's a real key to this business. If you can find a way to sample products and share some testimonials, it's going to go a long way for you having a lot of success. And so you filled out all the stuff. They've done the scan. Your coach will show you how to do that. It's too complicated to go through on this call. And then there's a real key question that you guys need to ask, and it's going to improve your outcomes and your stress levels and a whole bunch of stuff. And it's, okay, so would you like to hear about how we can help you achieve that goal, whatever it is, and maybe increase the energy and whatever they mentioned in the call? Would you like to hear about how we can help you do that? And I've had about 2 people out of about 1,000 scans say no. You know, they're there for a reason. So they say yes. And then I say, okay, but before we do that, you know, we work on word of mouth. It works both ways. We're only looking for people who are super serious about getting results. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you sit in regards to 0 being you don't give a shit and 10 being they're super serious? And if you could spend like $1 billion on a magic pill and it got you your result, you'd do it. You know, like where are you sitting like in regards to being super serious about this? And the general answer is 8, 9, or 10. Yeah, but some people might say 7. If they're getting below a 7, I wouldn't even tell them about their nutrition. I'll be saying, okay, so what we suggest you do is come to the workouts, here's some testimonials, and then see where you're at on that scale after that. Because the reason being, guys, if your people that you're hooking up with programs aren't serious about using them, there's nothing you can do. It's going to be a waste of their money, but more importantly, it's going to be a waste of your time. It's not even going to be worth the $100 for the stress, because you're going to be following up. They're not going to be picking up. They're going to be avoiding you. It's going to be it's just going to be a whole bunch of nightmarish situations. And every time people say that they're having this experience with the product, their clients, it's just because they're not asking them if they're serious. If someone's serious about it, they'll use it and they'll get good results, and you'll get referrals, and it'll be magic. Yeah. But if someone's not serious about it, the exact opposite will happen. So a 7, I'd be maybe asking a couple more questions, maybe looking at maybe just trying like a 10-day detox type of thing just to see if they could handle that. Like it's 10 days. Anything above that though, I just work out their budget, what they're spending and stuff like that. It's good that they're serious and you walk them through the programs, but I always show them the results wall as well, because that's like the testimonial wall. And that's what's going to get them over the line. Okay, so when they're hooked up on their programs or whatever, that's when I'm going to be getting them into the workout, so they're in the community, they're feeling the vibe. And if they're not here, that doesn't matter. Just get them on the Facebook groups, get them in the online community. Make sure your follow-up is state-of-the-art, amazing. You're giving them an amazing customer experience. And then when they do get that result that they're after, they're going to be sending you all their friends. You're going to turn one client into 5 or 6. Okay? So that's how we do health scans. So you can bring people in and do health scans and just whack them on the scales, or we can do it like this. So which do you think is going to get better results? Probably this, I would have thought, because I've done both. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. If you've got any questions, you can send me a message after this, because we're running low on time. So hopefully you guys got some value out of that. So just once to recap, guys, this is a way, it's not the way. And I strongly suggest that you sit down with your sponsor and find a way that's going to work for you, how to do the business, something that you really enjoy. But if you do choose to do this as well, don't do it by yourself. Get your sponsor in to be able to show you some stuff, or your mentor to show you how to do this and sit with you and help you do this to start your business. And you only need them there for 2 or 3, and then you'd be like, right, I've got this. Yeah, like it's not a super hard process once you kind of get into it. So you just got to do more, guys, and practice and do more invites, so you get more practice and you get really good. Cool. Everyone happy with that? So that's how I do them anyway. It's people on this call who are better, but maybe they can do it next time. Teach you guys. I taught them though. They just got better. They evolved. I'm capped. So guys, that's it for tonight. Hopefully you guys had a good time. If you did, I'm going to put this on the YouTube and put it onto Herbo Family as well. So you guys might want to rewatch or tag your people on how to do health scans or whatever it is, and they can get some value. So that's it from us, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you again next week.